Hey! So today I'm basing my video off of the Top 5 Wednesday video. I'm not participating in Top 5 Wednesday, clearly, because it's like not Wednesday. But I did really like the idea from last week, which was your top 5 Benchwarmer books. And so I've compiled my top 5 books that I've had on my actual physical bookshelf that are on my to-read list that I've had the longest. And I was actually kind of surprised at which ones they were, because they really shouldn't be on the bench. They shouldn't have been waiting here for so long, because they're all such popular books, and I'm really kind of ashamed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you love these books, and when I say that I haven't read them yet, that you're just shocked and horrified. Forgive me, but I'll go ahead and get started. My first book is The Host by Stephanie Meyer, and I'm really, like I said, I'm really kind of embarrassed to admit that I haven't read The Host yet. I love Twilight. I'm one of those that just adores Twilight, and so the fact that this is by the same author and I haven't read it yet is really surprising to me. Also, I've heard a lot of really good things about it, so you think I would have gone and picked it up, and then the movie came out, and I always try to start books once the movie's coming out and I know it's coming out. I didn't do it. Nothing has been able to get me to do it. I think it might be the size. It's kind of a really big book, which is intimidating. It's the size of a Harry Potter book, but not the biggest. So I could definitely do it. It's just really intimidating. So I'm just going to sit it back on the shelf and stare at it for I don't know how long. Okay, book 2 doesn't have a book jacket, but it's Eon by Allison Goodman. And I got this at a used bookstore for $1. That was the main reason I picked it up, was because I'd heard the name of the book before and it was $1. So I was like, sure. And then I got home and I was like, oh, I only know the name of this book. I don't have a book jacket, so I don't know what it's about. And I still don't really know what it's about. All I know is that I think it's kind of sci-fi, or has dragons, or I think it has dragons, maybe. That's why it's been on my shelf for so long, is because I just haven't taken the time to see what it's about. Okay, book 3 is another really popular one. It is Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick, and sometimes I forget that I haven't read this because people talk about it and I'm like, oh yeah, Hush Hush. Oh wait, that's the one that's been sitting on my shelf for a long time and I just haven't read it yet. But I know it's about fallen angels, and I think the reason that I'm kind of scared to read it is because of the Fallen series, which other than the first book, I really don't like. So I think that's why I'm kind of scared to read it, because I don't know if it was just the Fallen writing or if maybe I'm just not meant to read about fallen angels. Not totally sure, but okay, the next book is another very, very popular one, and it is Uglies by Scott Westerfield. I have been able to come up with a reason for the rest of these books as to why I haven't read them, and I genuinely don't have a single excuse for this book. That's all I can say. I really have no excuse. I just haven't read it. That's just it. My last book has been on my bookshelf for ages and ages and ages, and it is Peter and the Starcatchers by Dave Barry and Ridley Pearson. And I don't know if I can technically include this because I have read it. Well, I haven't read it. I've read parts of it. I've started it and made it about halfway 4 times, and I've never been able to finish it because something better comes up or it's dragging or something. I don't know what it is, but I have not been able to get through this book, and I've heard good things about it. I really have, and it's middle grade. Normally I really enjoy middle grade, but I just haven't been able to get through this. I doubt that anybody has read it, but if you have read it, please let me know if it gets better after like the middle, because I haven't been able to get through it, and I really would like to. So if you have read these books and want to give me encouragement, or maybe discourage me from reading them, do that in the comments below, please, because I really need that. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want, leave me a comment telling me what your top 5 books are that have been sitting on your shelf the longest. And maybe then I won't feel so bad for having not read so many of these popular books. Alright, I'll see you next